Data from the Ghana Statistical Service indicates that although the country's housing deficit in the last 50-year period continually witnessed an upward trend from 1 million to 2.8 million from 1950 to 2010, it is currently at 1.8 million. This 33% reduction in the country's housing deficit represents a massive improvement in the provision of housing in the country. On the back of this, the sector ministry is intensifying efforts to do better in the coming years. The Works and Housing Minister, Francis Asenso-Boakye, says processes have begun to set up a Ghana Housing Authority to lead the supply side of the housing market. The minister was speaking at the launch of Apollonia City's first commercial building, Aduama Place.
The Ministry of Works and Housing has initiated the process to establish the Ghana Housing Authority, which will have the mandate to regulate, plan, and manage housing development in Ghana in collaboration with private developers such as Apollonia Citi. Additionally, the Rent Act 1963, Act 220, as amended, was passed by Parliament 59 years ago, and therefore its relevance has been outlived by rapid urbanization and population growth, as well as other attendant difficulties that have engulfed the housing sector. It is therefore necessary to reform the existing legislation, remove the inherent constraints on housing supply, maintain the protection it offers low-income and vulnerable tenants from abuse and arbitrary actions, and offer incentives which will stimulate private sector investments.
Over the years, the private sector has played a major role in supporting the government in its quest to provide affordable housing for Ghanaians. The development of Apollonia City is one of such initiatives. Apollonia City is a new $250 million city under development aimed at providing Ghanaians with better accommodation in an urban environment. The launch of Apollonia City's first A-grade commercial office building is aimed at providing residents in the city with retail components. CEO of Apollonia City, Bright Owusu-Amofa, has been telling City Business News what the new building has to offer.
Aduama Place is a 2,000 square meter first phase, which should I say, mixed-use complex. Everything you see on the ground floor is retail. So we've already signed up. So C&J is coming. There's going to be a clinic here, a pharmacy, a grocery shop, and we're talking to a few other partners to get a restaurant here. If it goes very well, we'll then do a second phase and a third phase, and then, it expands. Top 2 floors are offices, so that's going to be our new head office, and then there are a few other tenants who will be joining us. So really that's what it's about, and we are launching this because we're basically trying to tell the market that we promised mixed-use development. And what a mixed-use development is, it's not just about building homes, but you need these things to catalyze, the rest of the community.
Bright Owusu-Amofa further outlined some challenges in the sector that needs to be looked at urgently to better the real estate sector.
As an industry, we all have issues with the land tenure system and sometimes the court systems. Certain individuals and people, I think, have developed a model where they essentially bring all sorts of spurious cases, and as developers we spend a lot of money in court, spend a lot of money trying to prevent these things, and if we're able to cut down all of these necessary costs, as I call it, we can would much rather pass that cost savings on to our clients. And generally the business environments, I don't think we ask for a lot. The sad thing, but it's not really sad, but about 70% to 80% of the components that go into real estate are imported. And so what that means is that when the city is not stable, it affects our price. And when we have a high tax regime, it affects our price. And so once we have a stable business environment, like every other sector, I believe that we are going to thrive.